all I'm gonna do. These are 12 wide. Take my squeegee. It's got black as rough.
In this video, we are about to completely transform our Hellcat giveaway car, which is live right now at itsjustthesix.com, and everything that you purchase, like our new cross necklaces, a bracelet, a hat, our new GTA style hoodies, anything is gonna get you additional entries to win this car that in this video, we are changing entirely. So with that being said, go grab entries at itsjustthesix.com, but for now, sit back and relax. We got a pretty long video. You guys have been asking for it, so let's get into it. What is going on, guys? Welcome back to the channel. Behind me, we have every single part to fully customize our Hellcat that we're giving away right now at itsjustthesix.com. As you guys can tell by all of the tables of parts here, we have a little bit of everything to take this from a bone stock, normal looking Hellcat into something absolutely insane. We'll go ahead and start with the obvious. We're gonna be showing you guys how to DIY install a wide body kit on virtually any Dodge car. We also on the ground here have brand new wheels from C2 Customs. These guys typically send us over interior, which they did do. Oh my God, this interior is dumb, dude. Matte carbon, color match to the car. And of course, this is Signature Series 001. It's a new series that we're starting where we're doing every single thing fully custom on the car. This is the first step towards making this car a rare collector's piece. And of course, we have a badge right here that says Signature Series 001 on the car to make it official. Pretty dope. We even have a matte carbon surround for the gauge cluster and the radio. That is unbelievable. Still think that airbag is my favorite part. C2 Customs just launched their new wheel line, and this is a completely custom wheel that they just came out with. We did matching hardware right here. This is titanium blue hardware for these insane two-piece wheels, custom center caps, and of course even got the 6 logo, and it says SS001 down there, of course, for Signature Series 1. This car is about to be taken to a whole nother level from any other car that we've ever done a giveaway on, especially considering the fact that we're about to add a complete cam kit as well. We're also going to throw on one of our windshield banners just to wrap it all up. And of course, with all the extra power that we have to have good tires. So we're wrapping those custom forged wheels in R888R Toyo tires. These things stick amazing. They should be good on the track, drag strip, pretty much everywhere. And just to tie it up, we got a little bit of underglow. So one way or another, by the end of this video, the entire goal is to get every single part installed on this car. Probably just going to have to wait for next episode for the cam though. So make sure you guys turn notifications on, stay tuned, sit back, relax, grab a snack, and let's hop into getting everything installed. All right, so where do we begin? Well, first step, as you guys see, I already had some tape on the fender because I've mocked up the bracket that holds on the wide body fender. And so I'm gonna show you guys first how this works so I can show you how to install it. It's really not that bad. Whenever you order this wide body kit, they're all pretty much the same. They've got the outer fender here and they've got this little inner fender bracket. The bracket actually bolts to the fender itself, or what we're gonna do today is make it removable. And then after you bolt this or stick it to the fender flare here just simply slides into this like that and snaps in place, which basically holds the outer fender flare to the car about like so. But it's a little bit more tricky than that. So check me out. Our inner fender, we got to get lined up perfectly here. And this little bracket is, like I said, going to be what holds on the entire outer fender. A lot of people say that you got to cut and you got to trim back this little lip, but I'm going to show you guys how to do this today without cutting anything and without damaging all the stock fenders, because in case whoever wins this car wants to go back to narrow body, or just in case this body kit gets damaged in the future, I'm gonna make it easily removable. So let's get started. In this bag right here, I got all the things that we need. As you guys see, we've got a scuffing pad, which is gonna help us sand down the surface of this plastic to get the adhesive tape that we're going to be using to mount this kit to stick better. And over here we have something that's actually extremely important. This is called adhesive promoter or tape primer, and basically this creates a surface on anything that is typically glossy like this, and it makes the surface really able to have adhesive stick to it extremely well. So step one, before we do anything else, I'm gonna take our inner fender and get started mounting this to the first fender of the car. These are actually labeled. It says front right, so definitely got the right one. Reese over there putting out the banger content for you guys on the channel regularly. There's been a lot of people commenting, very happy that we've been uploading regularly since Reese has been doing such a good job, killing it. So we got a whole overhaul for his car next video over here too. Everybody's been commenting, asking, who's Mustang? And finally, next video, you guys are about to find out who's Mustang.
All I'm trying to do with this fender is just scuff it up real nicely so that way this tape sticks to it extremely well. Oh God, this hurts, but I gotta do the same thing. Oh, dude, it instantly just created like hazy clear coat. So only on the inner lip right here are we gonna use this. And again, all this is gonna be covered up, but we just wanna make sure that this sticks really well. So all I'm trying to do is scuff up that gloss coating to where it's gonna stick like crazy. Who's calling me already? Oh, US Bank. They want their McLaren payment. Fuck! They said, hey sir, we're coming to pick up that car. Now that we have scuffed up both surfaces, gonna grab some towels. I'm gonna take some rubbing alcohol here and I'm gonna wipe down both of these surfaces and hopefully get this 3M tape to stick really well. Now to get this to fit properly, you'll see that this bracket kind of fits. And again, this is the same on almost every wide body kit for these cars. So whatever kit that you decide to go with, they're all pretty much the same way. As you guys can see here, they've got these little circles and typically they say, well, where these circles are, take a drill through it and rivet this plastic bracket on. But I really don't like that idea at all. They even give you bolts that you can bolt it on if you want. Everything that I have read and done research on says that the adhesive tape that we're gonna use should stick perfectly fine. So we're gonna line it up to be just about perfect. The front of this bracket, we want to line up with the crack right here. The bottom of this is gonna be our line where, I'll show you, but that fender flare at the front, we want the line where it splits here to be perfectly straight with this line here. Let's go ahead and take the inner fender flare now. Now that we've gotten our surfaces cleaned up, I'm gonna take a paintbrush, I'm gonna dip it into this tape primer here, and I'm gonna apply a nice little coat all along the surfaces that we're about to stick this adhesive tape to. Dip, dip. Cool, that shit's strong, boy. And now it's gonna leave like this little sticky residue and it's gonna allow that tape to stick to it like no other. All right, we got tape primer all over that bad girl. Same thing, we just scuffed that up already. So now we're just gonna apply tape primer right to that inner lip where we're about to stick that tape. Dip, dip. And now that I've coated both surfaces, we can go ahead and unbox our 3M Advanced Super Strength Molding Tape. Now this stuff here scientifically should hold 1,000 pounds. We're gonna see if it'll hold these fender flares. Ain't that right? Yeah, so we're gonna apply our tape. Oh, whoa, it's super sticky with that adhesive primer. Yeah, that tape primer makes it so sticky to this damn tape. And all I'm gonna do is take this tape and oh my gosh, dude, it is so ridiculously sticky. I'm fucking up almost. This is definitely gonna wanna stick. Now I'm gonna trim the excess tape right here at the end. Come on. Come, there we go. I'm gonna make sure that this is all pressed down really nicely onto this fender flare here. I guess the fender bracket. I don't even know what the hell you call this thing. Bracket flare, piece of shit. Oh yeah, we're about to wide body a Mopar. Alrighty, there we go. So we have the adhesive tape applied to the back of this bracket. So once I take this tape off, you guys saw it was super sticky with that adhesive promoter on there, that tape primer. So I gotta carefully line this up and stick it. Because once I stick it, it ain't coming unstuck, I don't think. Fuck yeah. Wide body and a Hellcat. Oh God, oh God, wait. Oh dude, it is so sticky, it's not even funny. Fuck. I guess it's going right there because it didn't even give me a second to think about where it was gonna be mounted. Yeah, that looks pretty good actually. Okay, now I'm just gonna stick all of this excess tape down. Dude, this is actually like a part of the fender now. That worked way better than I thought it would. Oh, dude. And it's the body molding tape. That is a one-on-one piece right there. So now that the fender bracket is definitely in place permanently, it feels like, even though it could be yanked off and buffed down, you know. But anyway, we're gonna take our sanding pad here and we're gonna, on the inside of this fender flare at the top, so the snaps are on the bottom here, which hold it in place at the bottom, but the top actually has to be stuck and glued too. So we're gonna sand down just a rough finish onto the inside of the fender flare right here. And then I've got a thinner tape, which is basically the same type of stuff, it's just really thin. And we're gonna run a line of that all along the inside to stick the top of the fender there too. So same thing, scuff it up, use some of that tape primer and stick it. Take some rubbing alcohol. We'll rub down all the spots we just buffed. We'll go ahead and clean up the fender out here as well. I'm gonna just wipe alcohol on the whole fender because I don't know exactly where they're gonna sit just quite yet. We'll wipe down this whole area with alcohol for prep. We'll take a paintbrush and same thing. We're gonna take our, oh God. We're gonna take our tape primer here and run a nice little bead of it all along the inside of these ridges and that top little lip, because that's where we're going to be placing that tape. And we really want it to stick. The thing that sucks is that there's literally no videos on how to do this on the internet, so we're probably going to be like literally video number 1. Even the forums, they're just like, take it to a body shop. But there's so many people I already know that want to do this at home. Got the tape primer put on the fender flare itself, but now we got to line it up in place. And I'm gonna try to match where this is gonna go. I'm gonna take some tape kind of as just a rough marker for where the fender flare edge is gonna sit, so I know where to put the tape primer at. Now that we've got a really rough outline, we can move the fender back. And the flare, like I said, it already has the tape primer on there. So just like you see, we know right on the inside of this line, we're gonna be sticking 3M double-sided tape. So I'm gonna go ahead and give a nice good coating of tape primer all over this now that we've alcohol prepped it. I'm gonna take this roll of double-sided tape and we're gonna line it up perfectly on this ledge here. Yeah, I'm liking that. That's looking solid. Ooh. Now that we got double-sided tape stuck on the inner fender here, I've pressed it down as much as I can into that channel. We'll pull off our protective tape here. And this is the final assembly of one fender flare. I'm scared. Oh, it already almost stuck. Oh, fuck. Hey, the body line's lined up really well.
Actually, that's literally perfect.
Don't play with me. This looking like something good? I just really want this tape to stick and not fall off. We lined up the body line pretty perfect, actually. The clips are clipped into the bracket on the inside. Everything lined up pretty perfect back here too. Hey, we got one fender flare on. Okay. That's 1/4 of wide body kit, somewhat, sorta. That looks pretty good. Body technician. The lines right here actually lined up perfect. Yeah, that looks so factory, it's not even funny. Let's go. That is so fixed on there. I could rip the whole fender off, like.
Yeah, come look at it from this angle. It literally
Dude. Let's go! That looks so good. Yeah, you can really see how it's about to flare out so much more now. Wow, that looks great. Okay, so one main fender piece installed. That was the part that I was the most nervous about. And now you guys are able to see how much more we can come out on the wheel size. That is pretty insane. And inside of here, it actually looks amazing, dude. You don't have to do any cutting, any trimming. Definitely didn't have to rivet that. Tape primer and really good body molding tape, and this is actually gonna work perfect. What the heck? Wide bodying. What's that dude's name? Nakai-san? The dude that be wide bodying the Porsche? I need to be him right now. I need a tape measure. I gotta be hitting this and smoking on a joint. We're gonna be the hood version of the Nakai-san right here. We gotta put the wide body lip on, and then this will go down on the lower piece here. Dang, yeah, that's gonna look so good. This side looks lame. This shit looks whack.
Well, we on some UGK shit right now, boy, ain't nobody chillin'. Put your faith in the preach, I put my faith in my back of feeling.
One main piece down. All I gotta do now is repeat the process on all 4 corners. So next up, same thing on this side. Oh God, I hate doing this. Just fucking up that clear coat. Let's go. Dirty fender, clean it up with alcohol. You're gonna take some tape primer and give it a nice paint job. Dip, dip, dip. Paint, paint, paint. The booty club. Alrighty. Now we got the front left ready to lay down. We'll go ahead and pull off our damn Protectione tape. Protecciones? Hey, say protection in Spanish. Proteccionita. No. We're gonna carefully stick it. Just hold it back to where it's not sticking to anything. Hold it inside, like pull it towards the tire and outwards, if that makes any sense. And just like that, our driver's side bracket is in place. Next up, I'm gonna take the double-sided tape and start laying it on the inner channel of this fender, just like the other side. Super simple, very effective, big change. You could be driving a Hellcat. It's just a 6.com. Oh yeah. Bugs Bunny look lit. All right. No pressure at all. Hold it away from the fender. Okay, now I gotta put this on first. Okay, just hold the bottom in place real quick. Yep. Oh yeah, let's go. Body lines lined up perfect too. Oh yeah, we cooking. So we're gonna work this one backwards. So we're gonna start from the back and pull it frontwards. So if you could just make sure you keep that off of the surface at all costs. If it touches, it's stuck. So basically what we're doing is keeping the bracket held off on one end, and I'm pushing it all the way to the inside of this fender to make sure that it seats all the way out. There we go. Perfect. That one came out good. Let's go. Good stuff, good stuff. We're looking good over here. That shit looking good. Now that we got the two fronts mounted, I'm gonna prep this rear and we'll stick that up there too and see what it looks like. This is gonna be fun. All right, so we're gonna do the same deal. So we're just gonna hold it here. All I'm gonna do is mark the outside roughly. Okay, now we can pull that fender back. Now that we made a mark for where the fender is gonna go, I know that on the inside of there, we have that little bit of adhesive. So I'm gonna take our adhesive promoter and our little Scotch-Brite pad. All I'm gonna do is just scuff up right on the inside of that. That way I know it's gonna stick. Basically, I'm just putting this adhesive promoter right where I assume that tape is gonna go. That way, whenever we press it and it sticks, it just bonds like concrete and we have no worry about it coming off. Sweet. Now a big scary. Go ahead and remove the tape. Alrighty, here goes nothing. So the same thing, we're gonna keep the front off of it, but I'm gonna start with the back and put the back on first. So we can hold that. And just make sure to keep that outer lip away from it, basically. About right there, yeah. Oh, there we go. That's perfect. Let's go. All right. Oh yeah, the line's flawless. Does it look mean? Does it look like it goes grr? Oh yeah, what? Dang. Car definitely needed that. If I cover up and look at just the top, it looks great. Not too shabby. If you get the right body mounting tape, this stuff is like practically permanent. Just a heads up, you don't have to worry about your fenders coming off or getting stolen. Yeah, they would have to take the fender with it. Standing from right here, you can really get the perspective. Looking at the front versus the rear, that looks so whack. That looks insane. While Lanny and Roman are pulling off this front lip over here, I'm gonna go ahead and pull off the stock wheels and get them out of the way. We only have a few more steps so we can technically throw the whole front wheel on for test fit. Brass monkey, free Hellcat wheels. Somebody just has to comment on this video. Just joking. But if you want to comment still, that'd be great. Hellcat. While y'all are doing that, I might as well test fit one and make sure it works. And then after that, I'm gonna go ahead and mount tires on here. Wee. Dude, huge shout out yet again to C2 Customs. This is actually nuts. At the time of them launching these wheels, oh dude, that's so light. Yeah, that's 20 by 11 up front. I thought,
Oh my gosh.
huh, holy mother. All right, let's give her a test fit. This is technically the first time seeing these on the car. These were custom spec'd out and built. Oh my God. Oh, that's gonna be so aggressive. Oh shit. There we go. That's technically the first view. I'm not even gonna lie. Those wheels with those on the rear look good, dude. These are 11 wides up front. I gotta know what the rears are, dude. Ah! Yeah, they are 12 wide in the rear. That is a truck wheel back here, brother. So the wheels fit amazing. Gosh, that's quite aggressive. Yeah, that looks good. Oh my goodness. So at the time of dropping this video, C2 Customs right now has an interactive interface on the site where you can pull up a steering wheel, right? And you can start with the blank of the steering wheel, and every single piece, every component, the stripe, the colors, the texture, what material you're using, you can customize it all. And what's crazy, he's actually launching one of these interfaces for wheels as well. So whenever he's selling wheels, you'll be able to pick out your design, your width, your offset, your freaking diameter, all the good stuff. And then after that, you can actually custom color the face, the center cap, the hardware, the lip, everything, and change every single aspect of it to get a real visual of what it looks like finalized, and then get your custom wheels sent to you. So pretty cool stuff. That is the exact process that we use to test out and get these wheels developed. So huge shout out again to Ryan, man. That is crazy. That looks good. Yeah, you can, yeah. It's a pretty cool little setup actually. All right, let's mount some tires. Oh yeah. I'm gonna take this airline and we're gonna hook up to our machine. We're going to turn on the machine. Now what the hell? Sounds like a 350Z. She's stiff, it's been a while. All right. Just throw it on there. That's all you do is look at it, throw it on there, it slips right in place. You hit. Our AAARs are directional, meaning this stripe always goes to the inside. If you look on the sidewall, in case you're confused, right there says inside. On the other side, it'll say outside, which is where we like to stay, outside. Step one, we're gonna take our, oh, there's no lube. It dried up? Lube can evaporate? What do you mean? I have more, but like, what? I know it evaporated. Look at this shit. You tell me that evaporated? Now. Oh, we're gonna pick that up. Set that on yonder. Ooh, basically. These boys don't think I know how to mount the stiffest sidewall tire in the history of humanity. Hello? Who the fuck? Who thought they could unplug my tire machine? Reese, was it you? You were charging your vape over here? But the R888R, fun fact, is like the hardest tire in the universe to mount. Dun, 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 dun. Golly, that is some meat. That really does look like a time attack Hellcat. Come look at it from the front for real. What the hell? Next up, we gotta install this giant front lip. So the bumper actually has to come off. We've already gotten all the hardware loosened up, so we can slip this out if you want. Yeah, the lip is all so loosened. Oh. Fast forward a little bit, I've got the front lip on. It's color matched to the bumper, to the car. We also got the wide body flare portion and the side markers in place. And now the bumper is ready to be put back onto the car. So Reese, I know you're very busy. I just need to take this bumper and put on car. This is like one of the first ones that I've seen that has color matched the front lip in every single piece of the wide body kit. So I think it's gonna look pretty good, to be honest. You can put it down a little bit and then we'll just slide it in. And then if you notice right here, on the edge of the bumper, you see that black pin? That black pin goes in that hole. And once you pull it out, this is just gotta go in a little bit and get bolted in. We just got the bumper put back on. The fender flares are in place. The painted lip is on. That is pretty crazy looking, but I really wanna test it. I'm gonna take this front wheel, and I'm gonna set on there just so we can get a real good little test image here of what we're seeing. I am oh so curious. Does it look good? I think it looks good. All right, ready? Oh my, yeah, hey, so, yeah, come check. Whoa, on some dub edition type of shit. Like, what is this? That goes crazy. All I gotta do is clean up a little bit of the tape right here, but that's okay. That actually looks pretty good. This is the lower piece for the flare I gotta put on, and it'll be color matched. So honestly, I could see the color matching the entire side skirt down there. A lot of people were saying that they didn't know if they were gonna like how it looked wide bodied. If you have doubted the wide body look, please tell me that you've changed your mind at this point. Damn, son. That's really, really cool. Jeez. Well, let me put this wheel on too. We'll test it. No way. Dude, this looks like an OEM Plus car. Like, this looks like a special package that you would get from Dodge or something. Like, it's like, I don't even know what you would call it. The color match lip goes hard. I was really debating it. Brother, I'm falling everywhere. I was even thinking I was gonna wrap the hood. I don't even think I'm gonna do that. I think I'm gonna leave the hood and the roof blue. I think it looks cooler like that. I just like how that looks, almost just like that. Like I said, C2 Customs, amazing work, man. I can't believe we have the 6 logo etched into there. Signature Series 001, the stink bug right there chilling. On C2 Customs website, you can not only spec out a completely custom interior, like I was saying, you can pick the carbon flake, the carbon weave pattern, forged carbon, you can literally everything. But now he's setting up a feature to do the exact same thing with wheels, so you gotta go support him. If you're looking for new, really custom wheels for your car that look as good as this, I don't even think there is honestly a better looking wheel on the market that could have been for this car. We went through and set up every single thing, picked out every color, all digitally before we even placed the order, so seeing it in person is so cool. Anyway, let's keep on going with this thing. We'll move our rear wheel out of the way. I'm gonna start taking off the drag radials that we had on here. If you missed this thing going to the drag strip, you need to go check that out. It is actually surprisingly fast, but after we get done with the cam kit install I mentioned earlier, it is going to be an absolute monster. So make sure you have notifications on. We got some cool stuff coming. Golly, them boys torqued the hell out them wheels. They didn't want them coming off on track. It's a little workout right here. I'm excited to get the wheels done, get this thing pulled off of the lift, see it in the sunlight, and ultimately it's gonna be really awesome to get started with the damn interior and everything. That's gonna be cool. Now the last parts of the Widebody kit, the fender flares, whatever, that I gotta put on are these lower sections right here, the lower sections down here and here. So there's a few more pieces that I've got to get stuck to the car. We've got our tape primer here. I'm gonna just go ahead and start doing the same exact process that we've been doing for the main stuff, but this is really just the last little filler pieces. Next video, as soon as we get this car off the lift, we're actually going to be taking Reese's car over there and doing a whole lot of work. I've been seeing comments after comments after comments for months wondering whose car it is, and finally we got a big bold reveal for that car coming. We have like a stack of parts over there you've probably seen in a few shots of this video already, but those are all going on his car tomorrow, making it really fast. Whew, this shit here is so strong, makes my like eyes start to like vibrate a little bit. My nose hairs are burning off. Now that we've got all these pieces tape primed, I gotta take the actual adhesive tape, the mounting tape, and stick it to the pieces and get ready to mount them on the car. Same thing as all of the other ones. Now that we got all the trim pieces taped up and ready to go, I'm gonna drag our cart over here with everything we need to install these, get a light turned on, and now I just gotta clean up the surface here to get it all to stick properly. I'm pretty excited to get all these done. Ain't that right, Natara? Yeah. I'm gonna gently set these pieces here. Now what I'm gonna do next is mark pretty much where these are gonna firmly mount. And I'm gonna take our little pad here and I'm just gonna scuff everything up just like I've been doing. We just really wanna make sure that that tape sticks, doesn't come off. So now that we have a good line and we've already scuffed it up, I'm gonna take our tape primer, the same thing. I'm just gonna get a good layer right there where I know that we're laying that tape. And this stuff does not play around. Once you put it on there, it likes to stick. This in combination with that extreme strength tape that we're using, that is going to keep it stuck for a very long time. We'll let that dry and harden for a second. In the meantime, I'm gonna grab this other piece for this side. Might as well grab them all. These are all of Reese's parts that we're giving him for next upload. I can't wait. You guys are gonna love that. It's gonna be pretty sick. Even got him some new tires. Let me grab our little Scotch pad again. And right over here, I'm just gonna line this up for right about where it's gonna go. Now that we got that scuffed up, we'll scuff the inside again. We're gonna take the tape primer yet again. Just paint a nice little bead for that to sit on. And again, there's definitely easier ways to install this kit. I'm just trying to show you guys the absolute best way to get this kit installed. It's a little bit more time consuming, but everything good comes with good prep. So now that we've got tape primer laid and we've scuffed it up, same thing, I'm gonna pull this tape off. And there we go. Now we've got a really sticky surface ready to get laid down. Ooh, well, now we're gonna stick it right there. Oh yeah, that is pretty awesome. As you can see now, this rear piece definitely stuck there, mounted. We got the bracket, it's all snapped in, and that is a part of the rear bumper now. That looks really OEM. I'm impressed. That's really nice. Next pieces that get installed, we've got this one for the front here. Nope, actually, this might be for the rear. So we've got this rear piece here. I'm gonna have to get in here and clean all the rubber from the burnouts that we've been doing in this car. I'm gonna drill out these plastic rivets, replace them with push pins, mount this right here on the outside, and we should be ready to rock. Yeah, that one's gonna sit good on the out here. I'm gonna measure where it's gonna go roughly, and I'm gonna get right on the inside of that line and scuff everything up. And same thing, adhesive promoter. Gonna give it a nice good little beat of that again. I really can't wait to see how many people wide-body and build their cars because of this video. If you end up wide-bodying your car using this video, tag me. I would love to see that. That would be pretty cool. Yeah, not too bad. That looks pretty good. Went ahead and prepped the front up here and got that ready to go. We'll get our push pins here. I'm gonna put the back in first. We're gonna push it right up where it goes. Beautiful. That looks so OEM, it's not even funny. That looks like you just picked this car up from Dodge. To be honest, I was a little bit intimidated going into this. I was worried that it was gonna be harder than expected, but that is one side completely done. I've only got one more piece up front to do. For now, let's throw this big wheel up here. R888R 325 3020. Japanese tires, dude. I can't believe that. I really think that these wheels from C2 Customs like perfectly wrap up the entire car. And as cool as the wheels are, I really can't wait to see these going down the road. I'm even more excited to get that interior put in here shortly too. Same thing, we've got our piece here, obviously, that we put tape on earlier. I'll remove that. I went ahead and scuffed it up with some tape primer. So we're gonna take this piece back here in the rear. So we're gonna stick these little pieces in the outside first. Oh yeah, fitting like OEM. Now this outside piece, we'll take the tape off and we'll go ahead and press that down, just like so. Now I'm gonna clamp this inside of here, let that get a good bite so it can seat. One more piece right up here at the front. We're almost done with this rear section as well. And there we go. Yet again, just completely OEM looking. That is so flush. Wow, I like that. Oh yeah, we're getting somewhere now. Now that we've got it pretty much together, I can cut these zip ties that I had just to mock it up. Oh yeah, now we're sitting better. Now that we got the bolt in place, holding it all together, it's kind of sandwiching it all. I'm gonna push this fender liner back up into place that we pulled out earlier. And now you can see we just need 3 push pins to hold that in and we're pretty much good to roll. And there we go. Fender liner is back in place. Everything is bolted down. That's pretty much a final look on this side. I'll just have to readjust the lift arms in a second because this piece right here is supposed to go here, but the lift puck is right there. I didn't know it was actually gonna go that far back. We'll go ahead and get this side bolted down too. Now over here on the passenger side, we're gonna repeat the same steps. I'm gonna turn this wheel so we got a lot more room to work with. And I'm gonna cut the zip tie, same way on the other side. And there we go. Front right corner is where it's supposed to be. And now just 3 of these little pins in here and the front's done almost. Dang. I'm still so blown away at the fact that this is going way smoother than I thought it would. If you get the body pieces painted professionally and you had to do this at home on jack stands, it's honestly not even that bad to do. And there we go. Got new push pins put in. Just gotta put the last little push pins back into this fender liner. And it is almost ready to come off the lift. All right, so technically at this point, I believe everything is done except for the front little fender pieces. So it's just this bottom bolt here I need to take out. Cool enough. So all I gotta do is lower the car down, readjust these front lift points so I can get to there. See, if you were on jack stands or doing this on the ground, you'd actually be ahead of me already. This is about to be the first time that the car is going down on the ground with the wheels. Dude, this thing looks dumb. Oh my God. Alrighty, one last key step till this Widebody kit is complete. I feel like Dory. Just keep swimming, just keep swimming, just keep swimming. Looks like this shit came from the dealership. And there we have it. Officially, that is the final piece installed on the Widebody kit. Really the most challenging thing that I've seen from the entire kit is literally just these front sections right here around the lip and up around this bumper. I could have probably done a little bit different. I'll clean up this trim tape and get it to seat a little bit more that way, but as you see, it was placed a little bit clockwise, but we'll get that cleaned up. Not a huge stress. For the first time ever doing any kind of kit like this, I'm actually pretty stoked with the outcome. This is pretty sick. Not too shabby. Once this thing is on the ground, the very last thing that we have to do before we take it out on the streets is do the custom interior all over it, but we're about to find out how it actually sits. I gotta torque the wheels real quick before I forget. Oh, whoa, no way. That looks really good. Oh my God. Wow, that's weird. This was all just like an imagination, and now seeing it actually come to fruition, that is so cool. The fitment on these are so close to OEM, it's quite funny. Honestly, that looks good. Damn, look at how good that looks. Damn, I'm impressed. That's very solid. That's really, really cool. The paint matched everything instead of doing the black like they do. That really adds so much. I'm loving that we kept the inserts for the headlights black too. It's honestly just the perfect touch. Now that I got all the trim pieces and hardware put under the hood for the bumper, and next up we're about to completely transform the interior of this car from a pretty basic interior to something insane. Let's go ahead and move the car forward a little bit, give it some room to work with. Now to further the transformation of this car, we're gonna take out the boring interior and replace it with the most incredible interior I've ever seen. But first, I wanna show you guys what you get whenever you order one of our windshield banners. We're actually gonna throw one of the signature banners on this car. We ship them out with stapled end caps in a cardboard tube like this. Honestly, I'll keep this. We could just ship it out again. Take it out and bam, just like that. Unroll this. We'll get started installing this beautiful banner. We can just set it on the hood. Yeah, we'll just set it right here for right now. And I'm gonna show you guys how easy it is to install one of these at home. We just put one on the 67 Camaro too, but technically I gotta give you a warning. If you're not good with vinyl work, this can be a little tricky, so just a heads up. We're gonna prep up the surface. The more that you prep things, the better it turns out. It's funny because the very first windshield banner I ever installed was like one of the bigger videos that I had first posted on the channel years and years and years ago, doing this exact thing on the black car though. Alrighty, we can pick it up, and then all that we're doing right now is centering the banner a little bit, and I'm just gonna keep coming back, checking it out. And then once we have it relatively center, all I'm gonna do is take a tape measure the bottoms here from the same point. We're at 13.5 right there. We're actually just at 13.5. Pretty good. We go down just a touch. That's pretty perfect. Is that straight to you? That looks pretty cool. Now that we have it centered, I'm gonna take some tape and I'm gonna firmly mark where the center is. Keep this pressed down. I'm gonna go ahead and tape this side down too so it doesn't move. So I'm gonna take a squeegee. I've got this big long one. This is the one that I like to use for these. It works pretty well. We're gonna pull it up, and this is where it gets a little tricky. But you wanna pull back this white paper, and you've gotta leave all the letters on there. I'm gonna see if I can do it by myself for a moment, just so I can see if I could even tell people they can do it alone. So all I'm gonna do is reinstall it down like that, and take my squeegee and just start working out the bubbles. I'm leaving the transfer paper on while I'm doing this, and it actually helps a little bit. So this is proof that if you can do it right and you're good with vinyl, it's really not that terrible. Huge shout out Atlanta Custom Wraps for giving me all of my vinyl expertise. Yeah, this one's gonna turn out good. Let's go. And so as you see, I'm just working, leaving that center tape right up here where it was, and I'm just pulling back this white paper as I'm squeegeeing down. And I'm just making sure that the dots inside of the E and the O and all that are still stuck onto the windshield and they didn't come off on the paper. That's really important. You don't wanna miss those. There we go. Like I said, leaving the transfer paper on to work out all of these bubbles is pretty important. And you can pull off the edges and work the squeegee all the way down into the crevices to get it to actually seat on there good. And I mean, that was like a rushed one too. And still one person, you just need some help centering it. But one person can realistically install this by themselves if you know what you're doing with vinyl, which is not too bad. Once we've worked out all the bubbles, we can go ahead and pull off the transfer paper. We're gonna leave the satin black vinyl here, but then in a moment, we're gonna have to take a knife and cut off the excess. So if you stick this satin black, because you don't wanna pull it back off and create bubbles up there. So you're gonna keep this edge stuck, put that all down, and there you go. Just wanna go slow and be super careful. But you'll notice that now we're not gonna scratch up the satin black vinyl, which is not hard to scratch, so keep that in mind. We've already worked out all the bubbles with the squeegee while this clear was on there. Just keep rolling up the clear. Make sure that all the inserts for the G and the I and everything are still in there as it's coming off. Any like super excess bubbles also will come out if they sit in the sun, so no stress. There we go. That is video proof that one person technically can install this with some help from a lovely lady. We're gonna gently trace the glass, but it's important to be careful with this because if you go past that, you're gonna cut into the actual rubber gasket of your windshield. So you gotta have a really fine hand and just cut right on the edge of the glass, but not into the actual rubber gasket. And you can do that as long as you keep the blade really carefully positioned. Dang, that definitely looks good. What? And there we go. Now that I've cut back all the excess, I'm just gonna take my finger, run along the edge of the glass and make sure that all the edges are pressed down and folded into place. And check that out. Windshield banner on. Now that the entire Widebody kit is done, we can go ahead and get started on the interior of this thing. I think, most excited about this. As you can see, this is just gonna completely transform it from how it looks right now into something absolutely epic. This is just very plain, very, very basic. So we're gonna fix that. Don't make me go pop the trunk on you. We're gonna go in here and disconnect the battery. So the negative is right here. There we go. So we keep that negative. Yeah, we need to make sure. Don't want that touching the battery post while we got the airbag out. The first step to getting the steering wheel out to replace it is we got to take the factory airbag out of the way and get ready to swap the new wheel on. So first we're going to go in here and find our little locating pins. You can't see anything in there, so you just kind of got to feel and see where these clips are to take the steering wheel's airbag out. You know, disconnect the battery so the airbag doesn't go off whenever you take this out. Got one side out, so you got to kind of put this in at an angle about like that on both sides, and you'll feel in there's some, like, check it out, there's like this metal rod right here, and all you got to do is push those clips together. Not too bad. Next up, we'll go ahead and pull out the clips on the airbag itself very carefully. Then disconnect the last little harness, and now the factory airbag is out of the way, so we'll set that right there. Now that we got the airbag out of the way, we can go ahead and get inside of the steering wheel with a 10mm Torx. There we go. We'll break that giant center nut and bolt loose out of the way. And now we're gonna keep the clock spring where it's at. There we go. We're gonna be careful to keep the clock spring right where it's at. Oh, now we can take the airbag and the steering wheel over here, lay it next to the cam that we're about to install in this car, coming up very soon. And we can grab our new steering wheel and airbag cover and get it moved over here. Look at the difference immediately between these two. Come on now, that's insane. Before we transfer everything over to that new wheel though, I'm gonna go ahead, while the steering wheel's out of the way, I'll do myself a favor and we'll go ahead and get the dash pulled out as well so we can swap that. This is super easy on these cars. You can get in between here and these pieces just pop out. Just gotta work it loose. So all I'm doing, is just giving it a little bit of positive pressure while I'm prying back, and it's coming out pretty easy. Oh yeah. And there we have it. That's crazy. Got you a dashboard. Oh my gosh. Yeah, look at the difference here. This is just insanity. What? Do you approve? Yeah. Okay, first vent going in. Ooh, it's got black around it instead of chrome. Oh my goodness.
I love it.
In the car it goes. Oh, the clips are just snapping. Okay, now we just gotta get the steering wheel in here to match and change out this shifter bezel. This is roughly what it'll look like.
I was gonna grab this to get out, but it's not there.
I'm gonna go ahead and see if we can get this shifter trim out of the way. I believe this just slides up just the same as the dash. Yeah, it's the same thing. I'm being gentle as can be, but I'm just pulling upwards on the console, and as I'm pulling upwards, I'm just using this trim tool just to kind of help it. You don't want to break these clips. I'm gonna get back here, disconnect the radio controls. Then underneath here, I've got to figure out how to get this to transfer. It looks like it just snaps out like the other stuff. There we go. Now all I've got to do is swap over the radio controls from the factory bezel over here to this aftermarket one and reinstall it. I must say, so far the Hellcat has got to be one of the easiest interiors to swap. So if you have a Hellcat and you haven't already swapped out your interior with something custom like C2 Customs, you really got to go check them out. Now that we got everything swapped over that quickly, we can reconnect it, put it back in. Wow, that is so cool. Look at that, dude. And now whoever is driving this, whoever wins this car, takes it home, is always gonna know what they're in. It's pretty cool. Got the nameplate there, Signature Series 001. After a good bit of time swapping everything over from the factory wheel to our aftermarket, you can see that we've got just the skeleton here. This wire harness is for the heated steering wheel, but we're no longer gonna have that since this is a two-tone style with the carbon and the leather. But we can now go ahead and get it all put back into the car, which is gonna be awesome. Got the harness sitting ready to go. Airbag ready to get put in. First off, I'm gonna route the airbag connectors back through this new steering wheel. Gonna connect the clock spring connectors back. That's gonna let our steering wheel controls work. There we go. Get those in and out of the way. Now these three are gonna be for the airbag, but before we put the airbag back in, we've got our giant center bolt that holds the wheel itself onto the shaft. So we'll put that back in and let's tighten it down. Got a good bit of torque on that. There we go. And last step, just connect the airbag and put this thing back on. That's all. Wow. It was a pain getting this damn airbag cover swapped over to the actual airbag, but it's worth it. Let's go. All right. Damn. There we go. That is the completed interior install on the Hellcat. Got the whole shifter bezel down here, matte carbon, Signature Series 1, even got the 6 logo. That is pretty cool. Whole dash bezel, and now the steering wheel airbag. That actually looks pretty nuts. Even got silver to match the silver emblems on the side. It all looks like it came from the factory like that, which is awesome to me. Now we got to connect the battery back and see if the airbag is gonna blow up. Yeah, it didn't sound like the airbag popped. It's so quiet too. Wow, that is so cool. Vents are all still working great. That is so cool. The chrome exhaust, the polished wheels. This is a sick car. This really reminds me of something that what you would see in a magazine.